All right, welcome back to Daybreak. Of course, we continue with the coverage of the coronavirus and the impact that it has had. And I want us now to cross over to Isinya of Kajiado County to speak to Uncle Fred Obachi Machoka. Good morning, Fred. How are you doing?
Morning, Sam. I'm good. Habari ya huko Nairobi?
Huku ni kwema, hatuna neno.
Yes.
I'm just loving what I'm seeing in the background. Is this what you are doing lately now because of the coronavirus, or this is the norm in your normal life?
Wanasema extreme happenings demand extreme reactions. Yeah, so I'm struggling here with my animals, trying to see that they feed well.
Right.
And see whether we can get some milk. The problem is, where do you take the milk?
Oh, yes, that's a pretty concern that, of course, is coming up. But we had yesterday, the president said that the Nairobi metropolitan people not be allowed to get out of it or come into it if you are from outside. Isinya Kajiado, yes. I'm concerned. Where do you find yourself?
I find myself right on the borderline. Actually, this is a Mandela of sorts under the circumstances, because I'm just 3 kilometers to Isinya town, which is not part of the metropolis, and then which is our shopping center,
right?
And then 60 kilometers out of Nairobi, which is part of the metropolis, where within which I'm supposed to operate in. Kwa hivyo niko mpakani.
So wewe utaruhusiwa kuja kazini?
Nitaruhusiwa kuja kazini.
Right.
Sasa shida ni kwamba much as the president said that the farmer can transport the produce, hawa ng'ombe vile wanaona hivi lazima wapewe chakula.
Right.
Na vyakula vinatoka Limuru. Sasa sijui vyakula vya ng'ombe pia kama ni essential commodity ambayo inatakikana kusafirishwa.
That's a fair question. I wish I had the answer, but we'll be pursuing that for you. But so, when you look at all this, yes, your animal feed comes from Limuru. Of course, that is beyond Rironi. As you look into it, as you wait for the answers, what do you think are the alternatives you'll be pursuing now?
Well, the alternatives is really struggle to try and see whether we can move our milk around to probably disposal points where people have dairies and dispensers, so that then they can be able to sell the milk. It's quite a challenge,
right? Because
prior to that, people from Isinya used to come and pick it up. Now they cannot, because I think I don't know. I've just woken up to a very difficult situation. Watu wa Nduthi hawatoki huko Isinya kuja hapa. So mama has had to get onto the road to deliver the milk.
Right, and of course we sympathize with the situation that you're facing. Now let's talk about work, because you host a show on Radio Citizen, that is Roga Roga, and you also do so on Citizen TV on Saturday. I don't know, with the coming of coronavirus into the country on the 13th of March, how has this affected your work and how you're able to deliver?
To be honest, I'm very grateful to Citizen TV and radio. We have not been able to handle yet virtually. But television, this last Saturday, we were able to go on air via Skype, like we're talking now, and it was pretty good. We were able to do stuff, but I'm hoping that we can be able to do the same for radio, and it will be a paradigm shift. We'll be able to, handle stuff from where we are. Ikiwa tutafanya kazi kutoka nyumbani itakuwa ni vizuri sana kwangu, hasa some of us senior citizens.
Very interesting. And of course, I wish you had more time to engage, but you've been on radio, you've been a journalist for decades now. Looking at your career until this moment that you're having coronavirus or the COVID-19, have you ever seen such kind of a thing in your career? Has it ever affected how you do your job in such a manner?
No, sir. This is phenomenal. This is huge. I think the nearest that experienced anything like this was in 1982 during the coup d'etat, where we were forced to stay at home. But even then, it did not last a week. This is huge.
Right. Okay. Well, we just lost the signal there with Alfredo Machoka, but thank you so much for joining us from Isinya. You can see that he's very busy tending to his animals there. And Alfredo Machoka hosts a radio show that is Roga Roga, as well as on Citizen TV. He's telling us that he's able now to work from home in hosting the TV show. He just wants us to take a look at some of the feedback that you've been sharing with us on Citizen TV Kenya. Engineer Lazaro, you said that PSV operators must now bear the burden of business disruptions. Authorities keen to control what would be mass infections. Our politicians are the letdown here. Painting Nairobi with their campaign posters is easier than providing masks. Well, the masks are expensive, Lazaro. Balozi Eric Meja, you said that if this lockdown will contain the spread of the virus, let's really embrace it. Let's learn from countries like Italy and Spain. And just as you say that from Mombasa, we have to accept the situation and find the best way of fighting this pandemic. Our economy is sinking. And then finally, still on Twitter, James Okwoyo, you say that fighting this pandemic, each and everyone should follow the advice given by medical experts. God bless you, Dr. Wafa. This is the lady that we spoke to from New York, of course, bringing high expertise in what she's been able to observe in New York and the US to Kenya, and advising that you have to observe the measures that have been announced to keep your distance, wash your hands with soap and water, or you can use the hand sanitizer that has an alcohol concentration of about 70%, and at the same time you have to avoid the social gatherings. Now there's even more serious measures that have been taken to block you, if you're in Nairobi, from moving outside the Nairobi metropolitan, and the same will be happening for Kilifi, Kwale and Mombasa County starting tomorrow night. So we continue with this coverage. My name is Sam Gituku. Later on, Zinzi Kibik will be here at 9 o'clock to give you an update of what's happening across different parts of the country, and also, I'm sure, the story of the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who is the first also leader, no, actually not the first, but also the very senior government official in the UK to find himself in such a situation that now he's admitted at the ICU. Bye for now. See you some other time.